Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I did a little sit down chat with you guys. I cannot believe it's been a year since we've been over here in Thailand again. And I've done videos on, the visas, how to get it, what you need to do, all of that, but I've never talked about what I did to actually get mine, why I chose the DTV even though we were only going to be here for a year, and how I got Jarrell. So if you're coming with kids or dependents and you kind of want to know, okay, what are we supposed to do for kids, especially as a solo parent, I got you. All right, so I have my handy dandy little iPad here with just some info that I jot down, try to remember what I did because I'm old people. First, let's talk about why I chose the DTV. Yes, I knew I was gonna only be in Thailand for a year. We full-time travel, meaning we get up and go. This is the longest we've stayed anywhere. Before this, we stayed 6 months in Mexico. We did 3 months in Turkey, 2 months in London, 3 months somewhere. Okay. But the point is, we do like a month. 6 months was the longest, 3 months, and then now we have a year. So now we're going back to moving around, traveling full time, slow matting. So I figured let me just go over what I submitted because I never said. All right. So why I chose the DTV? It was the best for me. And every video I post about the visas, I say choose the one that works best for you, not the one that everybody else is doing. The DTV, I will still say it is one of the best choices right now. If you work online, you have a remote job. If you travel like me, so you're, going in and out. This past year, we did Vietnam twice, we did China, we did Japan, Malaysia. If you're going to be coming and going like that, the DTV is right for you. The retirement visa, I'm not 50, and it's, like I said, a year wouldn't really make sense. Elite, I'm not paying 25, 30, how much thousand for a 1 year visa, even though elite visa is 10 years. I wasn't going to use it for more than a year. So again, not the best choice for me. Education visa was not work for me either because on that, literally cannot be jumping in and out like I did or like I would want to. And there are weeks that I don't even leave the house. So for the education visa, you're out of your house, going to class, I'm too old for all that. So that wasn't going to be a choice for me either. The education visa, you can't work even online. So again, I've broken down the visas. I've, given you the ins and the outs. You choose the one that fits your lifestyle. Another reason that I chose the DTV is the cost. The DTV was relatively less expensive than the others. The education visa, you pay that fee, yes, and then you still have, if you want to leave re-entry permit, you have the fee for the course itself, and you have to want to at least take the course because then you're just wasting your money, and they're literally checking now. The MET the multiple entry visa, that one is only 6 months, and I think it's still $300 for that. So once again, yes, the DTV is a glorified tourist visa. I am a glorified tourist. I'm here hopping in, hopping out. This is my base. This one would work for me. So that's literally why I chose the DTV. Let me tell you what I submitted, and then I'll tell you when I submitted them and how that process went. You go on the website for the consulate that you're using, fill out your regular information, name, birthday, whatever is on the application form. Picture your passport, as always. You do need a picture also. I submitted just a regular picture, literally on a gray, I think it was a gray or a white wall, but it was just plain. So just like this, took a picture. That's what I used. So you didn't need to get any fancy pictures. And then I submitted 6 months bank statements. In Hanoi, it is 3, but I thought I saw 6 at one point. I think maybe before, but now it's 3. So I did 6, submit 3. It's whatever. The more the merrier, maybe. I don't know. So that's what I did. And since I mentioned Hanoi, it's one of the quickest places that you can get visas processed right now. So far, they haven't been asking for too much extra stuff from what I've been seeing, but who knows what's changed. So I submitted a couple months, I think 3, 4, I'm not sure, but just a couple months of payments from my Stripe account. So I just screenshot payments coming into Stripe, my other payment processors that I use, and then a bank account that I use for business or for payments, since I was doing it as a freelancer. So I'm going to explain that in a second. But that account, still in my name, still not a business name, still my personal account. So I just submitted those. I should go over, I submitted 2 letters. So the first letter was with the financials. I explained I'm a freelancer. I do not run a business. I'm not registered in the US as a business. I'm DBA, doing business as myself. So I don't have a registered business number and business address and all that fancy stuff. I explained that, that's just how I do it in the US, DBA. So everything is in my name as a freelancer. So I explained that, and then I explained, so this is 6 months worth of bank statements. I also attached screenshots from my payment processors. So you basically just explain what it is they're seeing in your information, because you throw a lot of paper at them. If you just A, B, C, D, E, this is what you're seeing, they know, okay, fine, this is this is that. So it makes it a little bit easier. And then with that, of course, you're like, oh my gosh, how do I even submit 10 different things, because it's one slot. Jarrell used a PDF combiner. I don't know what it's called, you guys. Combined the PDF into one PDF. So all my bank statements, my letter. So we just put the letter at first. So the letter is here, then the bank statements, then the payment processors, the Stripe, whatever. And then it all combined into one PDF. And then that one PDF you upload to the site. So when they open it, it has all the information in there of all the bank statements, the letter, blah, blah, blah. So that's how you get around uploading, more than one items in that one item slot. So then the next letter I sent was why I'm looking to come, why I want to get the DTV. I am full-time traveling. I'm using Thailand as a base to hop around Asia, to explore the region. I love the country. I've been here twice before. I enjoy the food, the people, the culture. I will not seek employment in Thailand. I will not work for a Thai company. I will follow the guidelines and the rules of the visa and of the country. I'll be respectful. So I, wrote all of that out in that second letter. So that's the second letter. That's it. I think that's literally all I uploaded. You guys, my hands are all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm Jamaican. I speak with my hand. All right. So the next thing, the dates. I applied on the 30th. I know, because it was almost a weekend. So the dates I'm giving you, it has weekend days and holidays in there, because it was either Thai or Vietnamese holiday. I don't remember. But it was some holiday. I think like 2 days of holidays in there, plus the 2-day weekend. So I applied on the 30th. On the 2nd, I got a request for more documents. And I'm like, what did I miss? Because I went over that like 10 times. Because I applied on the 30th, that was coming to the end of the month. So by the time they looked at it and responded to me on the 2nd, that was a new month. So they wanted an updated bank statement. So of course, when I sent it, I was still in that previous month. And that's all that was in my account. But thankfully, new month, my account did generate a new bank statement. So I went in, I downloaded that, send it back the same day. What I did with my bank statement, keep this in mind for when I talk about Jarrell's. I did do that PDF redacting the account numbers, no issues. So after the 2nd, I didn't hear anything else because, like I said, it was a holiday. So on the 7th, I got the email saying approved. So I'm like, yes. Okay, of course, very excited you got your visa approved. That was it. I was not worried about the paperwork that I sent in. I was worried about the application getting canceled because I put something wrong in there. Like, I spelled a letter of my name wrong, or a date, or because that's one of the reasons a lot of people get canceled or rejected, because something in there of your information is incorrect. So when I put it in, Jarrell looked it over, I looked it over, Jarrell looked it over, because I wasn't going to waste $340 because I spelled something in my own name wrong. So that was it. From the 30th to the 7th, it was 8 days. All right, so that's what I did for mine. Boom, done. Now for Jarrell, solo parent. I've been traveling with my 2 kids since 2020. Never had any issues. Never been asked anything except I think it was border crossing somewhere in Latin America. We were doing it by bus. And they're like, do you have their birth certificates? And I'm like, no. I have a picture, like, why I need their birth certificates, It didn't say anything about that for that country. I forgot where it was. I'll probably have to look back at a YouTube video or ask Kalel. He'll remember. Jarrell doesn't. But yeah, so I'm like, am I your mom to them? And they're like, yeah. It's funny. It wasn't, it's immigration, but it wasn't crazy serious or anything. He was asking, but he was not going to deny us. And that was the only time I've ever been asked anything about the kids being mine or traveling with me alone. Never asked for anything else at all. All right. So as a solo mom, you want to make sure you have your paperwork and everything in order. I know sometimes you probably, that's another topic. I'll probably do that, but let's just stay on this one. I'll make one for you, solo mamas. All right. So then for Jarrell, same thing. All the, filling out the information, same picture, stood up by a gray background, took the picture, sent that in. And then for him, I wrote a letter again because, I love talking. I wrote a letter again saying, this is my child. I'm responsible for him. I have all that in my bank account. So you can see I can take care of him, take care of myself. Not going to be a burden on the country or, your social systems or anything like that. He's my responsibility, yada, yada, yada. That's it. And then I attach my 6 months again of bank statements. I did not attach any work paper or anything. I attached my approval, my approved DTV to show that I was approved and he's coming under my DTV. That's it. Oh, no. I also uploaded his birth certificate. That's it. That's all I uploaded. There was no custody paper, no proof that I can travel with him, no. And his came back the next day after I submitted his. We got the more information, request for more information. I'm like, what did I miss? You know what they asked for? Remember when I said, remember that I redacted my bank account information? This time I redacted his also, but they came back and asking for the bank statements without the redaction. So can you redact your account information? I don't know, because obviously I had two different agents and they both wanted it a different way. So they took mine with the redacted in PDF, not just a black over like I did the real, not like what's happening back there redaction, real redaction. Mine was fine, but Jarrell's, they asked for the bank statement without that. So I just uploaded my bank statements, all out there naked, no bank covering. I know it's a government place, so your information is fine, and if they have my bank account, shouldn't be an issue unless they want to deposit some money. So so that's the only thing they came back with. And then 2 days after, his got approved. So I think his took like 3-4 days tops. I think like 3 days, yeah. So that's pretty much what we did. If you're looking to do the DTV, definitely join the Facebook group. You'll see if there's any updates or anything. That's how I kind of knew about the holiday. So I knew, okay, fine, I'm gonna have to wait some time. Why did I choose this month? Racking your brain, going crazy, waiting, because the waiting is the worst part. So that kind of gives you like, okay, this consulate now is doing this, the reports coming like that. Join the Facebook DTV group. There's Reddit groups and all, Reddit boards and all that, but I think the DTV group is pretty solid. And then of course there's people talking about it like myself, kind of see where it's at. I haven't seen any changes yet, so let me just go over that. There's no changes to the DTV. Will they? Can they? They can. Will they? We don't know. So if you see people saying, oh, DTV was changed, this happened, nothing has changed. If you're going to be staying here long term on the DTV for that 5 years, but you're no in and out, whatever, you should be fine. There's no recent changes of asking for you to have that amount still in your account if you go back and come back. I've been out like 5 times and I've never had to show anything except the approval letter, the certificate, whatever that is. That's it. I've never shown anything else. And we just came back from Malaysia in November. I don't remember. Yeah, somewhere around there. And there was no changes. They haven't changed the process. They haven't changed the requirements. They haven't changed anything. The only thing is, instead of renewing or extending, whatever that is at the 6-month mark, just leave and come back. It's better that you just leave and come back, because even though it's been out for like 2 years now, yeah, because it's like 2 years or a year and almost 2 years, there's no set rules or whatever for the immigration here in Thailand for the renewals or extensions, whichever you call it. So right now it's like you have to resubmit everything, which would have been fine, prove the same amount, your bank statements, all that. Going over to Malaysia or going over to Vietnam or Japan or Laos or China or wherever, you can get a ticket round trip for like $100. Go for a quick weekend, a day, 2 days. There's no, regulations on how long you have to stay out before you can come back in. Go to the airport and turn around. So it's easier to do that. But other than that, DTV is what it started, what it is. You apply, you get that 5 years. You leave, come back every 6 months, or you extend if you want to, try your hand at immigration, see who you get, because it's still not official what the renewal or extension process is. So they probably just asked for everything. All right, so that's pretty much how that was, what I did, why I did the DTV. We loved Thailand, love Thailand. We'll be back, but we're full-time travelers. Like, we've been itching. That's why we left a couple times this year. Last year, I'm still in 2025. That's why we left a couple times last year. But it's time for us to move on again, and we'll be moving on coming soon, and you'll see where we go next. I'm excited. We're repeating stuff because we're kind of getting to a point where, 60 countries, we kind of want to go repeat some stuff, so that's what we'll be doing. So I'll let you know. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit the bell to get notified. I know I haven't been consistent posting, and I'm not gonna say I'll start being consistent posting, because I probably won't, but I'm gonna try to show up at least once a week. Not gonna promise two. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.